Hey guys, in this video we're going to do a Python programming challenge, and in this challenge we're going to have to ask a user to input 3 numbers, and out of those 3 numbers we're going to have to print out to them which one was the largest one they entered. So in this video I would expect you to know a basic use of variables, input and if statements. If not, you can still watch the video because I explain as I go through the video, but it would be a big help if you do. If not, I'll link videos below about if-else statements, input and print statements and that kind of thing, so that you can watch that video and then come back to this one. So let's get into the video. So I'm just going to create a new Python file, and I'm just going to say find largest number, and we're going to get started. So what we're going to need to do is create 3 variables, num1, num2 and num3, just to keep it simple, and we're going to let the user enter that input. So if you know what to do from there, great, you can pause it and get started. If not, I'm going to type this up. So you may be wondering, why is it a float, why not an integer? It's perfectly fine to have it an integer, but with a float you get more varied numbers and you can have decimal points. So you might as well be having a float, and all you need to do now is you can just copy and paste this 2 more times and then just change the variable name and the text name. Enter a second number, enter a third number. So here's what you're going to get for the users to input, and from these 3 we're going to find out the largest number from these when we're doing the rest of the program. So as you could probably guess, we are going to use if statements, and this is how we're going to start off. So if num1 bigger than or equal to num2 and num1, let me put that in brackets, and num1 bigger than or equal to num3, we'll just give it a variable called largest equals num1, else, well, elif actually, num2 is bigger than or equal to num1 and num2 bigger than or equal to num3, and then we're going to say largest equals num2, and finally we're going to have else largest equals num3. Now we're just going to have to do the final print, and we're going to see what's happened. If you find it too complicated right now, don't worry, because I'm going to go through it at the end of the video. So I'm just going to do the final print statement and click print, and then we're going to type the largest number between okay, so that's the print statement done. I'm going to run it, and then I'm going to explain what all this code does. So run. Okay, so at the bottom it asks us to enter a number, so I'm going to say 5. Second number 6. Third number 987.23. Okay, so the largest number between 5, 6 and 987.23 is 987.23. So here, the first 3 lines, what we're doing is asking our users to enter a number. 3 numbers actually. Enter the number, enter a second, enter a third. And those are the 3 numbers we're going to use to find out which one is biggest. So if number 1 is bigger than num2 and num3 or equal to, then the largest is of course num1. Else if, which is used if you've got more than 2 terms in an if statement. Else if num2 is bigger than or equal to num1, and the same for num3, then obviously number 2 is the biggest. That's why we change the variable to largest equals num2. Else the largest is obviously going to be number 3. So we don't need to write any of this which we wrote for number 1, because if not, it's just going to be number 3 anyway. So the largest number between, here in line 12, the largest number between number 1, and we got a comma because it's text, number 2 and number 3 is largest. When you're writing a variable in a print statement, you don't have the speech marks around it. You don't have any of that. That's why it's just plain by itself. So it looks kind of messy, but we need a comma and then the word and is. So yeah. So I'm gonna run it again and we're gonna do different numbers. Let's see what happens if we do two of the same. 5, 5, and 5.0 this time. So because it's a float, they already see it as all 5.0. So as you can see, it makes no difference. But if you do 6, 6, 7, again 7, and it works for any numbers. So yeah, that's the end. So if you like that video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If there are any other Python programming challenges you want to watch, I've got a playlist somewhere here on the video now. So yeah, until next time, bye.